Sagittarius, your totem animal for the end of the month is a mythical creature, the phoenix. Out of the ashes, the phoenix will rise, eh? I love that for you. Some of you feel like you're coming back after a difficult time. Maybe you've been through something really difficult. You know that you can be transformed and begin again. I really love that for you. And the overall energy for the week is really great. 4 cards popped out for me. First of all, success. You may have some kind of a win. You may have something to celebrate. There's also a new beginning. You need to go with the flow. Transmutation is happening. Happiness and healing and release. Well, you're letting something go. So there's a successful new beginning. Just go with the flow right now, Sagittarius. You're flowing into a time of happiness and healing. Phoenix. Oh my gosh, the phoenix twice. I just noticed that, the phoenix twice. So rising from the ashes, but also transmutation is taking place, which means for me, the transmutation card is really about taking knowledge and turning it into wisdom, because our past knowledge can be so applicable to our future choices, right? So you're turning knowledge into true wisdom right now. It is a time of transmutation. I just heard transmutate the poison. Okay, getting rid of poison. Yeah, great new beginning, going with the flow, transmutation. You're moving into a time of happiness and success. I love it. Out of the ashes, the phoenix will rise. There is a new beginning for sure, because we've got something else about it, moving into a new cycle and a beginning that came out of my I Ching deck. 2 cards came out. Hexagram 19, the approach of spring. And hexagram number 3, difficulty at the beginning. But there is enthusiasm and quite a bit of humility. Obstacles are temporary. Okay, that's 3 cards down, but I frequently look 3 cards down at the bottom of the deck. Any obstacles you're facing right now, Sagittarius, are temporary. There's a lot of enthusiasm. You're feeling humble at this time, probably because you've been through something difficult. But I feel like you've gotten some kind of a win, or you will get a win, and it will immediately lead to this, I can move into a new beginning. Sag, you are in a new beginning. There may be some difficulty in the beginning. The way I describe the 3rd hexagram of the I Ching, or gate 3 in human design, is it's kind of like an orchestra tuning up and trying to get it together and trying to get in sync with one another. As you move into, if any of you, if this resonates for you, if any of you are like, the new beginning and success could be like you got a new job or you got accepted into something, you're starting a new beginning. Difficulty at the beginning doesn't mean that like something's gonna suck or be hard. It's like trying to get all your ducks in a row, trying to get all the resources. Again, it's like, what does a band sound like, or an orchestra sound like when they first start to play instruments together? Not so great, right? They need to practice a bit. There's a lot of enthusiasm here for you, and you're moving into this time where there's going to be so much growth for you, but it might just be a little bit of a rough go right at the beginning. I just heard that some of you maybe some of you are like hiring a new employee or something like that, or you're giving a nanny or a babysitter a shot. Be patient with them. Like it might just be like a little difficult at the beginning. I'm also seeing something about a parking lot and not being able to find parking. It's like you're finding your way in a new beginning. Just be patient with yourself, because things will get good. There's a lot to be happy about is what I'm seeing here with this new beginning. You're filled with hope. Yeah. Filled with hope and a lot of clarity with the Star and the Ace of Swords. But there is some anxiety. Okay. It's all right to be a little freaked out at the beginning of something, but it looks like you're going to go for it. Nice with the Fool. They wanted me to use the Game of Thrones deck. I used to use this deck a lot several years ago. Like I used it to death during COVID lockdown and I just couldn't anymore. But today your guide said, we want this deck, and they wanted a totally different spread than I normally do. You guys always throw me curveballs. You always want different spreads. You and Geminis, always. So this is how we did it, okay? There will be reversals in the main spread, but my guide said do all upright for clarification. And you guys know me. I clarify the shit out of everything. because I'm nosy. All right, so recent past, Temperance in reversed, Nine of Wands, Knight of Cups in reverse, and the High Priestess in the upright. So in the recent past, you might have just not quite felt yourself with Temperance in reverse, running hot and cold, struggling to determine the purpose of what you're doing, kind of hanging in there. Yeah, hanging in there, feeling like you needed to be guarded. And also, I think maybe you felt like you were unrealistic and maybe over-romanticized a situation, or it just like once the honeymoon phase ended, it just wasn't what you thought it was. You couldn't pour your heart into it like you wanted to. You could have been dealing with a Pisces, a Cancer, a Libra, another Sag, and someone could have been younger with the Knight of Cups in reverse. You've been very quiet. You might have been waiting for someone to come forward. I see quite a bit of evidence that someone here is waiting to hear from someone else. Maybe someone's waiting to hear from an apology or something like that. I'm hearing the other person say, no, I don't want to do that. You spent a lot of time listening to your intuition in the recent past, and I think that you realized you were hanging in there in situations that you were being kind of unrealistic about, that you really couldn't pour your creativity and your heart into. Maybe you realized you were being immature about something. Knight of Cups in reverse does feel like a dream is dashed, or struggling not to tantrum, overly emotional about something. It's just because you were hanging in there in a situation where I don't think you felt resourced enough. And that just made you feel like you're not yourself. But your current energy, Five of Swords in reverse, also the Six of Swords in reverse, the World in reverse as well, and the Queen of Wands. So right now there's definitely this energy of, I mean, here you are. I'm assuming that's you, the Queen of Wands, unless you're dealing with another fire sign like yourself, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You look like you're coming out on top, but something just isn't quite wrapped up. I like the Five of Swords in reverse, which is, let's let bygones be bygones. I don't want to fight about anything. There might have been an avoidance of a fight. I'm tired of fighting for something. I'm tired of fighting for something with someone. I don't want to do that anymore. There's not fighting right now. But it's also hard to move on and let something go with the Six of Swords in reverse and the World in reverse. Now, someone could be struggling to move on from you. Actually, I know someone's struggling to move on from you, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Like, there might be some unfinished business still hanging around. But you need to know that no one's going to fight with you, and make it very clear to other people that you're not interested in fighting for something right now either. You don't have a lot of fight in you this week. And frankly, Sagittarians don't ever have a lot of fight in them. Y'all don't like to fight. Aries likes to fight sometimes. Sag never wants to fight. Not unless you have to, right? Please don't make me pick up this blowtorch. That's always what Sag is saying. You guys just want to move on. But you're coming out on top and it looks good. Near future, Justice in the upright. Fantastic. Libra energy. The Moon in reverse, Piscean energy. Love the Moon in reverse. Five of Cups in reverse, and also the Six of Cups in reverse. Interesting. But do not give up hope. So we'll talk about the near future as I go through the clarification. So High Priestess up here in the recent past, really listening to the intuition. Trying to learn lessons about your own intuition in the recent past. I wanted to use 4 cards to clarify because 4 cards came out. So clarifying this is the Seven of Swords, the Hermit, the Five of Cups, and the Four of Cups. Some of you might have been dealing with a Virgo or a Pisces. Again, another Sag maybe. Libra here as well. You could be dealing with any of those signs. You could have those signs in your chart. But I'm going to read this as you. So I think you felt like in the recent past that you really couldn't open up and trust anybody. The Seven of Swords is sometimes associated with dishonesty or lying, but it doesn't always mean that. Sometimes it means, like I like to say about the Seven of Swords, I got to take my shit and go. It's a little lurky, but it's also like, let me just get the hell out of here really quickly. You might have felt really bad or insecure about something. I always feel like the Seven of Swords indicates like you feel like you have a lacking of support, like you can't trust anyone, feel like you can't be yourself, you can't open up. But it looks like you, or again, might be someone else, take it as it resonates for you. You went off by yourself and did a lot of self-reflection. That's really good for you. Maybe there's been some regrets and sadness and sort of unsure what to do. Some of you might have been a little stuck or struggled to get past something, struggled to move on. I mean, with all these fives here, fives are conflict, loss, and change. You're definitely working through something. And I feel like you went up over the hump, you're going to go down, and it's going to be like whoosh, like smooth sailing into this successful new beginning. So this is just the recent past. High Priestess and Hermit are the esoteric brother and sister of the zodiac. You and another person might have had a strong psychic connection. You both might not have very much to say to each other, though. Of course, you could be both the High Priestess and the Hermit. Unsure what to say, unsure what to do, feeling a lack of support. It definitely wasn't what you thought it was with the Knight of Cups in reverse and Temperance in reverse. But, you know, right now, this week, you're feeling good. And I'm liking this. It's like I can keep fighting for this or I can just move on. Might be a little bit of unfinished business. You might have to move on from something, Sagittarius, without that really nice conclusion that you were looking for. Something's not quite over, but you're looking good. If that's you, you're looking good. A feminine is looking good here. She's in the upright. So I love what's going on for you underneath this, though. Six of Wands, Three of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands again. Nice. So I feel like you're very focused on the future, which you always want to be. You always want to be the Three of Wands, what dreams may come. That's what your planet Jupiter wants you to do all the time, is stand on the shoreline and think about what great new things are coming into your life. I also feel like that as you look into the future, you see your own success. Success, yes. And I think that you're seeing like, I just heard for the first time in a long time, I have hope. Some of you have overcome some kind of a health challenge or something like that, or you got through a really difficult time, but now you're getting your confidence back. You think your future looks really good. I also get the sense that you, or perhaps someone else, is going to really put themselves on display and hope they get noticed. Watch out for putting yourself on the market for something, Sagittarius, when you're not 100% ready to be. Like for a new relationship or something, because something is not quite finished up yet. But I feel like you know that your own future looks bright. I really like that. I think you will give a very good first impression this week as well. I do think people will notice you and watch you. And I definitely know someone's watching you from afar. Near future, again, with Justice, the Moon in reverse, Five of Cups in reverse, and the Six of Cups in reverse. Justice is served. And this is a good omen for you if you've been doing the right thing. I'm a Libra, so justice is, I understand this. It feels like a punishment to a lot of people, but justice is, we have to live with the consequences of any choice we make. If you make good choices, your consequences will be good. If you make not so great choices, well, you know, that's just simple math. Yeah, it comes with consequences, but I feel like justice is served in your favor in the near future. Could be dealing with a Libra. If there was a fog or a lack of clarity, that fog is lifting. I also feel like with the Moon in reverse and the Knight of Cups in reverse, it's like you're starting to see that you might have hung on to some kind of an illusion in the past. You're not doing that anymore. If there's been a lack of clarity, if there's been confusion, if you feel like you've been falling prey to delusion, things not being as they seem, that's going to get better for you. Something's going to get better. Your vision's going to get better as well. There is something that you're getting over with the Five of Cups. Five of Cups, Five of Swords. You're really trying to get over something. And the World and the Six of Swords are on the table. It's just in the reverse right now. How can you wrap something up and really feel the conclusion that you want to? Oh, I just heard one of you say, I have no intention of any kind of conclusion. I left the way I wanted to. All right, good on you then. Yeah, but someone's getting over something though. Like there's getting over it, no longer crying over spilled milk. But with the Six of Cups in reverse, I feel like a bridge might have been burned. It's a bit bittersweet. There's happy memories, but also difficult memories. I'm hearing I'm leaving something with bittersweet memories, but I got what I wanted, and now I feel like I can be that phoenix rising. And you really walked away here. Eight of Cups, strength, Leo here. Five of Swords again, though, in the World. Honestly, Sag, I feel like you really walked away from something with your head held high, and I feel like you won some kind of a battle here, too. See, you'll fight for it when you need to. I feel like maybe you're expecting something that you're not quite getting. You might be a bit irritated. You might be leaving a situation ticked off to a degree. You might also hear something. The other shoe might drop about something from the past. It might tick you off a little bit. I also really get the sense that someone might have walked away from you and they've really tried to hold it together, but they're mad. They wanted some kind of a different outcome. They maybe wanted to fight for something. You maybe wanted to fight for something, but I'm hearing someone say, what's done is done. It's over. We don't have an ace on the table, but we have a lot of cards about the Phoenix rising, new beginnings, enthusiasm, trying to work into a new beginning. I feel like you're trying to do two things at once, though. Like something is difficult, but something is going in your favor. I'm also hearing some of you need to be careful reading or watching news and politics, in particular world politics this week. I'm hearing that you'll be really, really sensitive to the shit that you see going on the planet. Humans are just awful sometimes, right? I'm hearing like the world news will tick you off. You'll be very sensitive about children, things like that. You want to be a good leader right now. And there's, again, a lot of hope and a feeling of freedom and a renewal, but there's still a bit of anxiety moving into a new beginning. Again, that's okay. Nobody said you weren't allowed to be afraid about trying new things. You are, right? And luck is always on your side. So let's talk about what might be going on for someone around you right now, the person you're thinking of right now, or a person who's thinking about you. If you're a cross watcher, even for you as well, Sagittarius, you might have to reverse these roles. This Sagittarius, this might be how you feel about someone else right now. But I ask Spirit, what's going on with someone around them? And the animal oracle that this person is represented by is the shark. Also the crocodile is at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so the crocodile is someone lying in wait and watching. You might be the crocodile, they might be the crocodile. It's when we need a minute to go cool off. We need to go cool off and chill out, but we're watching and waiting. This person is, the shark is somewhat ominous. Like they're circling the waters. It's like the elephant in the room that really, really needs to be addressed. This person might feel like there's an elephant in the room that they really want to address with you. This person might be really keeping an eye on you as well. And I use the Wisdom of the House of the Night Oracle deck to ask Spirit, what does this person want to say? What are they feeling? And I have messages, invisible, but wishing, hope, and summon. They want to summon you, but they keep getting the moon. Could be a water sign maybe, or an emotional person. Okay, this person does want to send you messages. They may send you messages this week. They feel very invisible to you. They are really wishing and hoping that something will change and get better with you. I feel like there's somebody that really is hoping and waiting to hear from you, Sagittarius, but you may be feeling that way too. Watch out for being obsessive. If you're feeling invisible, if someone makes you feel invisible, they're telling you how they feel about you, Sagittarius. There may be someone else around you, though, Sag, that feels somewhat invisible to you. I think they're hoping that you'll message them or that you will respond to their messages. There's something happening here between the two of you that someone really wants addressed. I do not think you want to address it, though, because you're moving into a time of success. I can hear like you don't want... There's something that maybe you need to clear up with someone, but now is not the right time for you. Like I'm hearing it'll rain on your parade. But they're not letting it go. They're not letting it go. With this person, a little bit more about this person. I rely on you. Confused about a second chance. Wallflower. This person's a bit of a wallflower. Yeah, mind your own business. Someone's on probation. Wallflower kind of person. So Pisces, Virgo, maybe. Capricorn can sometimes be a wallflower, but not always. Scorpio can be a wallflower too. Anybody can be, but someone's a bit of a wallflower. They're confused about whether or not there could be a second chance between the two of you. This person in some way relied on you. They might have relied on you socially. If they were a wallflower and they relied on you, Sagittarians, good God, you people have never met a stranger. You can literally talk to anybody. Like you're just so good with people. You're you'll just talk to anybody. So they might have relied on you for social interaction. This person, and I will clarify all of this in the extended reading about this person if you feel like you need it. This person did walk away. Interesting. The Eight of Cups came out for you. Maybe you both walked away from something. This person is walking away to a new beginning. Spirit's already handing them a cup of love. Here you go, boo. Here's something new for you. The Hanged Man here. It could have been a Pisces. They could be a Pisces. They could be in a relationship with a Pisces now. Or I honestly, and the Ten of Swords. Here you are at the bottom of the deck. They might have been another Sagittarius like you. What is this person's issue? The Lovers. The Five of Swords. Okay. They might have been angry that you had other choices. They might be angry. They might have thought the two of you were perfect for one another. You know, this person has been through something painful here, either with you or just in general. They need to pause. Oh, I'm hearing it's a little different than what I thought it was initially. For some of you, this might be a person that you want to get into a new relationship with. They're still hurt. And they're coming to a place of enlightenment about that. There could be a new beginning there with this person, Sagittarius, and that might be the difficult new beginning. They need to let something go. They need to let go of something that hurt them, that was really disappointing. Now, for some of you, there was pain between the two of you, and I don't think that you guys, either one of you, got the closure that you wanted, to be perfectly honest. And I think that they know that, and I think that they are trying to heal and let it go and surrender with the Hanging Man, and also open up to new love in their life, but it's difficult for them. This person's hoping to hear from you, I think. They want to summon you towards them, but hopefully they don't want to summon heavy emotions and confusion. If you do hear from someone this week, be careful, Sagittarius. This person really wants to address something, and they can come off as a little aggressive at times, perhaps. I think that they're trying really hard to act like it doesn't bother them. Nothing bothers them, but they're kind of overwhelmed. This might be you too. Like, please don't ask me to deal with this and you. I'm hearing you say, this isn't my problem. They made it my problem, and it's not my problem, and I don't want it to be. I really just want to move on. Yeah. So that's what's going on for you this week, Sagittarius. Just keep going where you're going. I'm loving that you have this new beginning coming in for you, and that you're going to feel successful. Out of the ashes, the phoenix does rise. Do what you can to button up your endings so you can move into your new beginnings.